Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Tellor Dev Call. Today is December 1st, 2025. And today we're going to be turning on some extra rewards, just like we announced last month. Um, and we did that last month. They just went through in about a week. This time we adjusted the rate, so we are adding a quarter of what the normal rewards will be, and we are adjusted the rate to be a quarter of it, so it'll be distributed slower over the month. Yeah, I guess that's the big news for this week. Let's get started on what we're up to then. Yeah, Spuddy.
Hey, yeah, we have a new big reporter. So we've been working with them to make sure that everything's still working great. Looks like it's working great. We have full power on all the reports that we need. I guess today I'm gonna work on claiming dispute fees. And yeah, I guess that's all I got. I've been checking everything that's running and yeah.
All right, thanks, Spuddy. Caleb.
I'm gonna do a monitor check and just poke them, make sure they're still alive. I've been getting alerts, but just want to make sure it all looks good. And then I have a script that's 95% done that I'm going to run to bring some new data into the indexer so that going forward we can index that data. And yeah, once that's done, we should have all of the information index needed to take over the block explorer and use that as a source so we could get some faster, more responsive queries and searches and stuff like that.
Great. Well, thanks, Caleb. Dan.
Akram left some comments on my LVM PR, so I'm responding to those, and then wrapping up the new reporter daemon feature with the price deviation failsafe check.
And that was one of the things Crossy suggested?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Got what you wanted, Crossy. Tim?
Yeah, we've had a relay running on ETH mainnet for a couple days. I've got some gas costs of that to analyze after the fact, see how much that costs in general. And then also I have some documentation for the relayer to write. Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Brian?
Yeah, it's that time of the year. I'm gonna fire up the new year in review article for 2024, 2025. Wow. Yeah, I'll be working on that.
All right, and thank you for helping me put together something for the DC holiday party. You guys are
team effort.
Yeah, team effort. Looking forward to getting them sometime this week or next week.
Next around the 8th.
All right, perfect. Yeah, so if you guys are in DC and want to join the DC DAO Christmas party, sponsored by Tellor, so let me know or join us. All right, anything else, Nick?
No, I think we got a couple questions. I'm looking up that L1S load today. I'm currently deep into new Ethereum tools coming. So it looks like they're planning like an upgrade next year with some upgrades to like the L2 stuff that should allow us to just read. All L2s can read directly from mainnet instantly, which would mean like we only have to maintain like one validator set for all the Ethereum L2s and potentially even like, yeah, so you Tellor would be like super interoperable with Ethereum. It'd be super cool. And all the L2s. So that'd be super exciting for us, but I have some concerns on how this will work. So gotta check what that actually looks like. It means And yeah, because if you saw, I did like probably like hours and hours worth of watching of all the Dev Connect videos I could find, and it seems like Ethereum's pivoting to being an interoperability layer is like the messaging pivot. It seems like they're trying to, yeah, like it seems like the narrative is being less of just use the L1 and push us there, and it's going to be more down the rabbit hole towards this interoperability layer, which is, yeah, I don't know how I feel about it, but we'll see. So
It's definitely different.
it works for us. I mean, it's perfect for us as far as like an oracle goes, just being able to come to consensus on our own. But then even, like what does it even mean to be an L2? Like we maintain, like what do we actually have to post on Ethereum to claim we're an L2? Like I don't know. Because we technically pull in Ethereum state and push our own state to Ethereum. Like if we just change two little things, are we an L2? I don't know. I don't know what they consider. So it's confusing. But yeah, I think it's going to be important just because if we're going to set up for where we're going to be in a year, like Ethereum's looking, they're going to have 4 or 5 second block times. And then, if they're planning like these state reads across L2s and instant transfers and stuff like that, like what's the space going to look like? I don't, and what's the need for, I guess, certain Oracle pieces. So I mean, there's still obviously the exact same problems we're dealing with now and nothing gets around them, but we should try and, continue to solve those ones. So.
Yeah, on those block timing goals for Ethereum, I have a lot of questions, but we can discuss those after the call, at least for us. Yeah, but anything else?
No, don't know if you want to go over the questions.
So somebody asked something about the dev share and basically when we're giving it up or something along those lines. I'm really summarizing. Okay, so yes, the idea was always that once we became decentralized enough that we could just allow the community to basically take over, take ownership, and continue to grow Tellor. We're not at that point right now. I don't know when we'll get there. All of our code is open source, but open source code doesn't just come out of thin air, as you guys know. So yeah, we had a community that is actually doing all the work that we're putting in, making sure that we get partnerships, making sure that they bring value to the system. Running monitors, making sure that nobody takes over the network and that there is an organized community that can successfully fork if they needed to. All of those things that signal a sense of maturity are not there. So it's probably not going to happen, at least not in the near future or until, we start seeing a more mature network within the within the Tellor ecosystem. That said, I think we have ideas of why you are more concerned about that. I just want to remind everybody our supply is really low compared to other supplies. I think we should really focus on the value that we're providing rather than what the games that you can play with the token. We are continuously working on improving the services that we provide, or Tellor in general, and making sure that everybody that is in the ecosystem stays safe and secure. So we worry a lot about security, not just for our system, but also for the users of our system. And that's work that you have to continuously do. As you know, Tellor layer is basically a V2, so we need to onboard users there too. Yeah, I think that it's all I want to say at this point, but if anybody else wants to add, feel free.
I mean, I know for me, like I think I have two comments. Like I was the one that he referenced like an article where we said like a long time ago that we'd be getting rid of the dev share and things like that. And I think this kind of mirrors I think I've probably changed my mind on this over the years, where like the old ways of Bitcoin were like eventually the system will ossify itself and there will be no more development needed and we should drive inflation to zero because then basically there's so many competing parties that we can't actually agree on anything. So we should just not have any sort of say in anything because, let the market sort of do its own thing. But I think even as you see with Ethereum and Bitcoin and the ossification fights, just because you aren't able to come to an agreement on something doesn't actually mean that decisions don't need to be made. It means that you're just leaving them up to these soft power structures. So like whether it's, whoever can capture, the exchanges in Ethereum, the KOLs, the people who can push these decisions, or, like if Lido captures 90% of the delegation and then pushes to ossify the chain, is it a good thing you threw away the foundation? Like maybe some opinionation would be okay.
Yeah, and as we saw with Ethereum, some of their devs, some of their very important people that were trying to really push the Ethereum forward ended up leaving, at least for a while, some of the researchers, some of the engineers, and that was not good.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, for me, like, is there any reason, like we have this asset that represents the system? Is there any reason that we would ever want to use inflationary rewards, like for any government or anything? And of course there is. Like, you have public goods problems on any market. So whether it's, like Ethereum, like who's going to be building the block explorer? Who's going to be making sure that people run nodes and RPCs in a decentralized way? Like if you don't actually fund these things, like and leave it up to the market, they get captured. Like people put fee walls up and everything sort of tends to oligopolize itself and threaten what we're actually going for. So using some inflationary reward structured in the right way can be a good thing and actually help out. I think, yeah, overall, we just need to talk about where they go and whether or not they're actually doing what they're supposed to be doing. And that's kind of the hard part of any of these systems. It's just how you have to talk about it and you have to all be kind of open and honest with each other. But
and there's different structures. Like for us, at least in my mind, we structured our incentives to continue to at least try and provide value. When you do an ICO, that may or may not be there in the long term, that incentive, but basically you pay out your dev share up front versus the way that you do it with Tellor is basically it's over time, and it's only valuable if we actually provide or create value.
Yeah.
Well, hope we answered your question. It is what it is. Anyway, anything else that we want to say, guys, before we... All right. Well, hope everybody had a happy Thanksgiving, and we'll see you guys next week.